Hello, hello. You know, I am 52 years old and I am still learning how to be brave. I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm getting out of my comfort zone, um, and I'm putting myself out there. I feel like I hadn't started truly living until after my divorce, where my focus was so much on the other person and not myself. It was to the point to where I had lost myself and I had to get myself back. And when I started getting myself back, oh my goodness, it was like a match was lit up under my butt or something. It was like I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, I wanted to go here, I wanted to go there. I mean, it was amazing. It was almost like I was making up for lost time. And I guess in a sense, I was. Um, and I will say, I was married for almost 10 years. And, you know, there were some good moments. Yeah. But the focus shifted so much to where I was so concerned with trying to please and solve his problems or trying to fix his problems. And I realized that I could not do that. That's between him and God. But I also had to get some help for that. I went to marriage counseling, but I went to marriage counseling by myself. He wouldn't go. But I took it upon myself to still go and seek help to make sure that I was doing what I needed to do as a wife. And then everything that I tried really didn't work. So, you know, ultimately we split and ended up in divorce. Not much else you could do when someone else does not also want to work on or fix the marriage. All that to say is I feel like I am constantly having to be brave. I'm having to choose to do that because, I'm trying new and different things. So, especially with being in a play, you know, I was in a Christmas play and then I was more recently in a Barabbas play, and that was actually different. It was different from a regular stage play because it was set up dinner theater style, meaning we had different scenes throughout the room and people were having dinner. And so it was really something different and really cool. I was also playing multiple roles, which I did do that for the Christmas play, but this time I played a man in a bar pub. That was a funny scene. I really enjoyed that. It was ensemble style, in theater or whatever. So I'm enjoying learning more and more about theater and, working on my abilities to be able to act and do different things. Um, it's really, really interesting and I'm enjoying that. So even in my job, with speaking in front of people, teaching people, I am just doing things that I'm like before I would have been so scared to do. I let fear control my life. I literally let fear control my life. And it was just something that has just changed, you know, that it was time to stop letting fear have that power over me. I needed to start living my life. I needed to be prepared to do things that God has been calling me to do. I'm still working on a lot of these things, but on that journey, I am having a good time. If God is telling me to go here, I'm going here. He's telling me to go there, I'm going there. I'm working on that and still working on listening and being obedient. That's going to constantly be a work in progress because sometimes I'm going to have a tantrum. I'm going to be like, God, no, why? Do I really need to do that? So, but anyway, I just wanted to encourage you that, it's okay to be scared, but just don't stay there. Just try to do the hard things. Try to do the hard things because you tend to miss out if you let fear just take over your life. You know, I've been there. I've done that. I've been learning to do more hard things, do things scared, And I'm telling you, it's been changing my life though. It has really been changing my life. So I hope you enjoyed. Take care.